press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, in today's class we will start a new chapter, that is forests are lifeline. Okay, we all know about forest, right? We all have seen forest in movies, in TV shows. Okay, if not we can have a visit to the forest. Okay, so we all basically know about this forest, right? So in this chapter we will be studying the basic functions of forest, what it does, the importance of forest, and why do we need these forests, and what they do to us, how exactly they help us. Okay, all those things we will be studying in this chapter. Okay, so these forests are like greenery. Okay, in forest we can find greenery everywhere. Okay, we live in cities, right? So comparatively we hardly can find greenery here. Here we will find only buildings, industries and everything. Okay, but in forest, wherever you see there's greenery, there's plant, trees. Okay, the types of plants, the types of varieties, right? We can find different animals there, isn't it? So basically these forests are green everywhere, and in forest, since it is only trees and plants there, we get very fresh air there compared to here where we live cities. Okay, here we cannot get that much fresh air compared to the forest, alright, because forest is full of trees, plants, because that's where we get our oxygen from, right? So we can have a fresh air there, and there is no pollution in forest. Okay, but whereas here in cities it's like heavy polluted. Okay, when you take a major cities, okay, it's not peaceful living here compared to there. Alright, so here it is this pollution, air pollution, sound pollution, these noises, horn sounds, vehicles and everything. But in forest there is no question of pollution, we get fresh air, it's everywhere greenery, and we can have the sounds of birds, chirping of birds, animals, like that. In here, in our places, in cities, we can have the sounds of birds only during early morning, hardly that too, okay, during early morning or evenings. Okay, so this is a slight difference between these cities and forest. So what are these forests exactly? Okay, so these forests are large area covered with trees, shrubs and herbs. Alright, so basically what are forests? Forests are large area covered with trees, shrubs and herbs. Now what are these trees, shrubs and herbs? Okay, trees we all know, it's basically the big plants what we see. Okay, the huge sized, okay, the big plants, okay, what all we see. Okay, we have this mango tree, banyan tree, like they are not, we don't call them as plants. Okay, it's like more bigger plants. Okay, that's not what tree we call them. Okay, the big sized one. Shrubs are the medium sized plants. Okay, neither too big like trees and nor too small. Okay, it's just a medium sized. For example, rose plants, okay, or the flower plants, or the climbers, etc. Okay, so these are the example of shrubs. Shrubs means medium sized plants. Alright, so here we have herbs. Herbs are the very small sized. Okay, these herbs are very small. Okay, trees are very big plants, shrubs are medium sized and herbs are very small. For example, grasses we can say. Okay, so basically in forest we have all these bigger plants, medium sized, small sized. Okay, that's what I am trying to say here. In forest we find all types of plants. Okay, big size, small, medium, that is trees, shrubs and herbs. Alright, so basically forests are the area covered with large variety of these trees, shrubs and herbs. Okay, and in forest we can have many type of variety. Okay, it's not like only fruit plants or only vegetable plants, like that. Variety of vegetation or variety of plants we can have in forest. Okay, there is banyan trees, teak, fig, oak, pine, right, and even small plants like ferns, mosses, okay, herbs like mosses, etc. So we can find every type and all variety of forest, like plant species, in the forest places. Alright, so now let us see what are the layers in forest. Okay, in layers of forest, okay, we can layers in forest, sorry. Okay, so crown or the above ground okay, so these crowns are the above ground branchy plant parts. Alright, so what exactly do you mean by crown? Okay, so crown is basically when, like, what we know is they are used by these king, queens, right? So they have a high position, okay? They keep their crown on their head, okay, on top of their body, right? So it's the same way. If you have a tree here, okay, if you have a tree here, this part is this crown, okay? And these no crowns together, okay, different plants, different species. For example, if we take a pine tree here, okay, so this is how something looks like, okay. To this plant, this is the crown region, okay. The above part, the top layer or the top region of a tree is called crown, okay. And these crowns, okay, these crowns of different plants, different trees, alright, these crowns of different trees, different plants, different trees together forms canopy, okay. They together forms canopy, okay. So when you are traveling, when when you are going somewhere in a highways or something, and when you look around, okay, you can, when you see around, you can see only trees, okay, the top layer, top region of trees, right. You cannot find a stem, or you cannot, from here itself you cannot see the land region or something, right. Only you can see the greenery, okay, the surface or the top layer of trees, right. So that is nothing but canopy. If you have number of trees here, okay, if we have these pine trees, okay, we have different types of trees, okay, here we have some other tree, okay, so when we see it, we can only find the stopper region, right. So this, the crown region, okay, the crown part of different plants together form canopy, all right. Okay, so canopy are the structure okay, canopy are the structures formed by collection of individual plant crowns of a plant community, all right. Okay, so these canopies are the structures formed by collection of individual plant crown of a plant community. Okay, like I said, the crown region is nothing but the top layer or the top region of the trees. Okay, and that together forms a canopy, right? So canopy are the plant structures. Alright, these are structures found by collection of individual plant crown of a plant community. Okay. Okay, so what are these understories in forest? Okay, so these are the different layers. Okay, the first layer is the crown. Okay, and the next we are talking about number of crowns together is called canopy, and now it's something called understories in forest. you might have heard the term multi-story, right? Multi-story buildings, multi-story constructions, okay? Multi-story means many number of layers, okay? When the building has some 3-4 floors or more than that, we call it multi-story building, okay? Likewise, in forest we have understories of in a forest, okay? That means the area, the layers of the tree or the forest below the crown region or below the canopy. All right. So this plant layer okay. So the plant layer growing okay, so the plant layer growing beneath the plant canopy. Alright, so basically we have different types, different layers in the forest region. We have crown, and together crown is called canopy, and the regions or the layers between the canopy, okay, between the greenery or between the leaf branches, what we usually see, below that part we call it as understories of a forest, okay. Under means the below regions, the below area, okay, that is called understories. And these understories have 3 layers again, okay, 3 types or 3 parts, okay. That means trees, shrubs and herbs, okay. So if we have a tree here, okay, for example, if you have many number of trees, plant parts, okay, we have different type of plants here, okay. So this above part is called crown, okay, and below this crown part we have understories of forest, and in these understories and in this layer we find, you know, even different types of trees, shrubs and herbs, okay. I have mentioned already about what are these trees, shrubs and herbs. And below region, the understories in forest, that region gets, you know, very less rainfall, okay, it receives less, as you know, canopies are very big. Canopies forms a layer on a forest region, okay. The rainfall, okay, the water which falls directly do not fall on the ground. Okay, when it is raining, we, you know, here they see there is no tree, if there is no building, the rainwater, the rainfall directly falls on the ground. But in forest what happens, the forest, you know, when you look down and when you see above the forest, you still can see, you do not see the clear sky, alright, you can see only this canopy only, okay. So that, because of that, the rainfall, okay, the rainwater does not fall directly to the ground, okay. And these forests are home to many animals, okay. So these forests are home to many animals, okay. Here okay, see, we can find different types of animals in forest, okay. So even tribal people, even few of the human beings, okay, few of the people also stay in forest, okay. We have everything there, we can get food, okay, food, water, shelter also we can make through this, for like using these trees, right. So here hence it can find a beautiful place for animals, where these animals are protected from the human intervention, okay. So animals are best placed in forest, okay. Why animals can stay? Because animals get food from there, okay. Wherever we stay, wherever we are living, there we need these basic needs, okay, food, shelter, clothing, okay. These 3 are the basic needs for a living. If you don't get that things in some place, we will go somewhere else, okay. But animals, they find the most basic need is food in forest, hence they live there very peacefully, okay. So basically forests are home to different types of animals again, okay, with different types of terrestrial animals, small, big, okay, dangerous or even not, right? So place for many animals, okay, they find food there. And there are types of animals which live in forest, okay. Like there are types of plants, like there are trees, there are shrubs. Based on sizes, there are trees, shrubs and herbs, alright. So based on what they eat, based on the food habit of these forests, of animals, these animals are classified into again 3 types, alright. So first is the herbivores. As we all know, herbivores are the animals which feed only on plants. See the term herb, okay, herb means plant. Only plant eating animals are called herbivorous. Example, cow, goat, right, okay, rabbit, etc. Okay, so these are herbivores. And second is the, yes, carnivores. Okay, so these are the flesh eating animals, okay, which eat the meat, which eat some other animal, okay, which eat the flesh of the other animal, okay, so that are called, okay, so those animals are called carnivorous, lion, tiger, okay, like that. And again here we come across omnivorous. Okay, so omnivorous are the animals which feed on both these plants and also animals, which flesh of these animals. Okay, so here in omnivorous we have humans. Okay, we all know we eat both flesh also and plant also, right? Again, for example, in case of animals, if we take, we have a rat, the pig. All right, so these are some of these animals which can eat both plants and also flesh of other animals. Okay, so these are the types of animals based on food, okay, which live in the forest region. Okay, so like this we have different types of animals, all right. And like animals, why animals stay in forest is they get food there, and animals get few of these animals get protection from these predators. Okay, here we have, for example, deer. Okay, so deer is a prey for which animal? Tiger or lion or any other carnivore. Okay, so this is the predator. Okay, so it's not like if deer, if it lives in forest, tiger cannot eat it or something. It's just that it can have some of the protection there. Okay, so due to this canopy, due to this high bushes, what happens, this deer which is prey to this predator tiger, deer can find its protection in the bushes. Okay, it can just go and hide there. Okay, somewhat. Okay, animals do find protection, and moreover animals find protection from the humans. Okay, we human exploit animals, so better they live in a forest actually. Okay, they find safe there. Okay, so that is a safer place for animals. That is forest. They basically find protection from other animals also, from their predators, and also from the human intervention. Okay. And forests are the green lungs of nature. Okay, so forests are the green lungs of nature. Why are we calling them green lungs? Okay, green, it's because forest is green. Okay, is it red, it is blue? No, right? The forest, the plants, they are green in color, so hence we are calling green. But why lungs? Okay, so what is the function of lungs? We have studied in our previous classes that lungs basically are meant for the gaseous exchange, right? We inhale oxygen, we exhale carbon dioxide, okay, and that job basically is done by lungs, right? So forest, what they do is, okay, so forests, they are nothing but what are forests? There is a large area covered with plants, right? So what is the function of these plants? They intake carbon dioxide and they produce oxygen. Okay, that is nothing but photosynthesis. Okay, that is how they prepare food for themselves. And that because of that photosynthesis and because of the number of plants present in the forest, okay, a high amount of carbon dioxide is observed, that is released by these animals, and oxygen is produced, which is the function of lungs, right? So it's just a metaphor where we are using that forests are green lungs of nature, okay? So that's the reason we call forest as green lungs of nature. Okay, now let us see the importance of forest. By now you might have understood how important forests are for our lives, right? So forest plays a basic and major very important role in all human life, animal life, and also plant lives, okay? So these forests provide habitat, okay? Habitat is something where we can live, from where we can get our basic needs, okay? So this provides a habitat to different types of animals. Alright, and yes, of course, forest provides food and shelter to the also different animals and also to humans also, to the tribal people, right? They can also have a living in the forest, and these forests support growth of plants. Okay, so different types of trees, number of trees, it supports the different types of growth of plants also. And they maintain, okay, basically they maintain the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide, which is why they are called green lungs of nature, okay? And yes, forests are used for furniture making. Yes, of course, nowadays we are running out of forests because we are utilizing these forests to have for furniture making, for these woods, etc., for different types, for our luxuries, we are exploiting these forests for furniture making, and for the different commercial products also. We have these wax, gums, honey, okay, these are all the byproducts of this forest, and because of these forests we are utilizing this forest, because of these our needs, okay, our needs are because of our luxuries, I can say, because of those we are exploiting this forest. Alright, and there are different species of plants, okay. Now we have different type. If something happens, if we fell ill or something, we have medicines, tablets and etc. But in earlier days, people use these herbs as medicines. Okay, so this forest has basically meant for many medicinal uses. Now also these trees, plants are having many medicinal uses. Okay, they are used for medical treatments. Right, so like this the list keeps on going, right? So basically forests are very important for us, okay? So due to all these reasons, forests plays a major role in our lives, and hence forests are very important, okay? So hence these forests are our lifeline, okay? If there are forests, there is life. Okay, so this is it for today's class. In the next class, we'll see more on this chapter.